Excellent. Go live. I think today we're mostly just going to chat, maybe reply to some comments, but also we're going to talk about R34 GTRs today. So I wanted to discuss R34 GTRs very briefly. Everyone's been kind of sensationalizing and viralizing the fact that prices are really starting to go up, even though they always have been with R34 GTRs, R33s, and R32s. I mean, back in 2017, you could have gotten an R32 for less than $30,000 from any reputable importer. Now, a good condition R32 can run you 40 grand. A good condition R33 could run you 50 to 60 grand. So an R34, the range is a bit bigger, depending on which version you get, goes from like 70 to 90 for the normal versions, and then for the really nice versions, all those M-Spec versions, they're like, well, now they're at over 200,000. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Let's go to this here. Ignore that. And looking at the auctions right now, let's first go to the R32. Let's do that first. Only one here right now. So it's starting at, it looks like 110, or 1.1 million yen. 110,000 yen. That would be pretty cheap. So the starting price for this is about 10,000. It's not giving us an average, but this is also an R-rated chassis. I mean, it could still be really good. You have to keep in mind that these auction sheets and the auction ratings are a good thing to pay attention to, but they're not wholly writ, so don't expect them to be 100% accurate or honest. You know, everyone can kind of skirt the rules a little bit no matter where you are, even in Japan, believe it or not. I wish I could remember how to read these. It's been a long time since I've tried. Like, is there any rust anywhere that I can see? I'm not seeing any S1s or any S2s. You got some corrosion here. On the top of the car, it looks like. This says needs to be replaced. This says replaced. This must mean the hood's been replaced. R32s are cool. Like, I briefly considered getting an R32 or an R33. Like, if I go to, okay, so we've got some R32s, R32 GTR here for 42,000 and another one for 41,000. And usually, you know, whatever you think of Sean Morris and Top Rank, it's basically guaranteed that whatever you get from here is going to be in pretty darn good condition. And these used to be under 30 grand, but obviously the prices have just been going up. So we've got a $54,000 R32 GTR here, and what that usually looks like is that's usually most aspects of the car are probably modified. So we've got some HKS inlets here. There's probably some HKS turbos. Yep, HKS 2540 turbos, intercooler piping, intake pipes, aftermarket exhaust manifolds, HKS. All like, look at all this. Like, once you've got this much mods, oh, and also an OS Gaikin OS88 6-speed sequential transmission. That's fair, actually. That can explain the price just with that, just with the gearbox. But we've got a $41,000 one here. And of course, you can finance these. So I know that Top Rank offers financing, so it's not woefully terrible. Financing is fine. I'm even going to finance... Nope, I can't reveal anything. Mostly just a lot of replacement things here. It looks like it's mostly factory. Not a lot of mentions of aftermarket stuff. Good looking engine bay. And then of course we've got the R33s. We got basically a $60,000 v-spec here, but it looks fantastic. Look at this thing. 5-speed manual. Do people 6-speed manual swap these? Because that would make a lot of sense to me. Nothing on the mods list. I mean, we can see the BBS wheels from here. Is there anything that we can notice in the engine bay? Not really. 55,000 miles on a 1995 car. No visible mods that I can see apart from the wheels. What about on the interior? HKS gauges. Something's been done to this, right? I can't tell. So yeah, like if you wanted to buy one now, like this is on the US market. This is a US inventory. If we can go to their Japan inventory. You want to, let's do that? Let's do that. Where is their Japan inventory? That's not their full Japan inventory. They've got an R34 GTR here for $64,000. That's a pretty low price, you guys. If you've got 64 grand, that's the it's a v-spec. They're not telling us the VIN number. It's modified. Those look like, are those Nismo inlets? Those look a lot like Nismo inlets to me. Nismo gauge cluster. I'm just going off what I can see. No mod list. Okay. I think top rank Japan. Let's try that. Here we go. Let's see what their actual Japan inventory is. Dustin Williams got his car from top rank. Load, please. What? Top rank, why? We can also look at GTR registry. I mean, I always tell people, don't just look at the auctions or like one place. Look at multiple places. Look at dealers in Japan, because there's always going to be a car hiding under your radar. Garage Defend, yes, we can look at them too. Let's quickly do this first. R34 auction results. So if we do this and then go to the most recent, we had an M-Spec 911. We got, that went for 15 million yen. Let's just do a conversion for everyone. $142,000. $142,000 for one of those things. Why is this being a turd? We've got a v-spec tuner here. I expect this to be expensive. It's in Bayside Blue. V-spec tuner, 26 million yen. Translates to, brace yourselves, $248,000. Pretty bad. And then of course we've got just a normal V-spec, 4.5 grade, I will admit, but 60,000 miles, and that went for a V-spec, went for $153,000. That's pretty frightening. We've got the car that's more my speed here, 127,000 miles, 3.5 grade, GTR Series 1. It's not a V-spec, it's not an anything, it's just a base model car. $63,000, final selling price, $63,000. Granted, there is also, if I go back to the auctions right now, there is an R34 on the auctions right now, and the starting price is higher than the average. So, not sure why. Because the average here, the starting price is $94,000, and it says like the average is $77,000. So that's a heck of a starting price for a base GTR. Let me explain for one thing. I don't really think standard R34 GTRs are trash. I think the main difference is the diff, because in the V-specs and everything else, you've got the active LSD, but if you're doing big power applications and this, that, and the other, the mechanical LSD will always be considered superior by basically anyone that I ever talked to. I've spoken to Sean Morris, I've spoken to Rob at Rips Racing, I've spoken to tuners in Australia. They all say mechanical LSD, mechanical diff. Why is it called an LSD, honestly? I know it's limited slip differential, but it sounds like we're talking about drugs. But we're not. YouTube, don't demonetize me. Please don't. I don't need that in my life. LSD in my life. Maybe it's because this is a different auction. I'm not sure. But I'm leaning more towards the base GTR now. Either that or a UK spec GTR. I have no idea how to source one of those. Like a UK V-spec, that'd be cool. But the reason why I'm going for that is, for one, I spoke to someone who knew Mizuno, like Chief Engineer Mizuno, and also knew, I think it was Planner Tamura. And from my understanding, they didn't get along very well. Tamura was an advocate for the aftermarket and modifying these cars, R32 owner, R34 owner, whereas Mizuno was all about saying, you know, these cars are perfect, don't touch them, leave them as how they are. You know, like the whole, kind of like the guys from Top Gear, Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May. You know, they don't like modified cars because you should keep them how they are because they're balanced and this, that, and the other. But I'm too much of an advocate for the aftermarket, personalization, and this, that, and the other. I would argue that base GTRs are a great choice, and that they can be really fun, because it also would save me a lot of money, because then I can swap out the engine block, I can swap out turbos, I can upgrade the diff to, I believe there's a Nismo mechanical diff that I can use. There's a whole bunch of things I can do to the car. So you're not gonna. It's who cares if it's standard, because it's gonna be definitely not standard by the time I'm done. It's gonna be insanely fast and cool looking, and it saves me a lot of money, because with the whole thing with Mizuno, him not liking the aftermarket, I wouldn't say spoils the M-Spec Ner for me, but it makes me less interested in owning an actual M-Spec Ner. So in light of that poll you guys also did, to let me know whether you'd want me to have like a v-spec with an M-Spec Ner badge or an actual M-Spec Ner, you basically all voted for the M-Spec Ner badge on a v-spec or something like that. And honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards that direction now too, because I'm a guy that likes personalizing things and modifying stuff. You know, just look at my Subaru. It's not even that heavily modified yet, but that's just more. So I'm a little bit more committed to doing a non-M-Spec Ner, non-Ner-Spec cart, because I want to tear it apart. And I'm more on Tamura's side in terms of the whole modifying debate. So, yeah. But still, pretty cool stuff. I mean, this is way too expensive for a base series GTR, in my opinion. You should be spending less than $70,000 on a base GTR. If you're getting a V-spec, I would say 70 to 80. V-spec 2, M-spec, you're going up close to 90 to over 100,000. Not anymore, though. And then M-spec Ner and V-spec 2 Ner, you might as well go over 200 grand. But then you should just get yourself a Lamborghini Huracan. Oh my god. It's just insane. I get it. People will pay whatever they want, whatever they have to get these things, you know, supply and demand and all that stupid crap. But god, is it annoying for the rest of us. Normal people. You want to look at Garage Defend? I can't remember, like, what are some other recent cars? We've got another Series 1. This is the cheapest Series 1. I think this is more a normal price for a Series 1 car. $90,000. I can still probably handle that just fine, but QM1 white, not a bad color, I mean. Here's an M-Spec Ner. Oh my god, this sold for a ridiculous amount of money. I don't understand. $227,000 for an M-Spec Ner out of nowhere. Like, look at this. Like, so we can filter this. M-Spec Ner. 61,000 miles, $220,000. This is about $110,000. This one here. And they're a few months apart. 3.5 grade, yada, yada, yada. But then we've got a 4.5 grade, less miles. It's like half the price here. It's like, why? Oh, God, you guys. What do you mean they haven't built much base GTRs? They've built several. Let's go back to the thing. Good. I don't know what I'm doing. Where is it? Ah, here we go. So if we just do GTR Series 1, and then let's show first 100. You know, we've got a lot to choose from. There's a lot of these cars. There's, what, how many? 2,700 something? Series 1? 2,710 base GTRs. Yeah, they made more V-specs than base GTRs, but so which is funny because you'd think these base ones, just because of their rarity, they'd be more expensive, but nope. The other one was the Great Britain V-specs, you know, because those have cool VIN tags. So, like, look, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Basically 11 digits or so, or 11 numbers in their VIN. But then if we go to the UK cars, JN1, blah, 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 blah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. UK car VIN, 17 digit. US VIN digits. 17 characters. That, honestly, would transfer so easily if you imported a UK spec GTR to the US, because a lot of people, when they bring like a JDM R34 GTR, not an R34 GTR, a JDM car with their lesser number of VIN digits and try to register it, they're like, what the hell is this VIN? Because you're supposed to use the original VIN from the original country, and a lot of people, when they look at that VIN, they go, what the Charles Dickens is that? But with this, no one should get confused unless if they're mentally challenged. So this is cool. I mean, a Britain car would be really cool. Not gonna lie. Did they have? Did they have anything else other than like 1999s? They had 2000s. So that's pretty cool. Someone said Garage Defend. Let's look at Garage Defend and see what they have. I haven't heard anything bad about them yet. I think for the most part they're pretty chill. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Honda Integra Type R. R33 GTR. $48,000 US. Nice blue. We got a GTT, kind of made to look like a Nismo GTR. $36,000. That's pretty okay. It's even got the right fog light. God damn it, Fast and Furious. Like, how could you not just get this right? Honestly. This looks pretty nice. GTT still on the inside. It's got a GPS. A lot of GTRs here. Where are the R34 GTRs? I want to see the R34 GTRs. Exclusively. Because we've already got R33s in the US. R34 GTR, let's have a look. What did this sell for? $124,000. Oh, it's a v-spec too. All right, fine. Fair enough. Go about your day. Engine bay shot. Engine bay shot. Oh, new turbos. New inlets, cams. Tastefully modified. Wow, a lot of these are sold. Sold to the highest bidder. Nice. So, I mean, now you guys know where I'm kind of leaning in terms of the car I'm going for, which also means that you guys get to look forward to me actually having it sooner. Like, so, you guys know I'm adding a car to the stable very soon, and then the car after that, unsurprisingly, will be one of these. So, it's not far down the line. Hopefully the prices don't go crazy, crazy high, like much higher than what they are now, because the base GTR is kind of what I'm leaning towards at this point, or a UK spec. But I don't know where or how to get a UK spec one. I mean, I know that Middlehurst Nissan has a UK GTR. Where is it? Where is it? Used cars, Nissan, Skyline. But this is a fantastically amazing example of one. That's a great picture. Here we go. Lightning yellow. I think fully restored to factory condition. It's gorgeous. It's so good. I mean, look at this thing. You don't have the weird distortion on the MFD screen. You've got a factory gauge cluster. I wish there was a shot of the engine bay. Whoop! I mean, look at this. How many miles? Does it say the mileage? 45,000. 45,000 miles. I'm praying that they don't skyrocket prices anymore. I think we all are. I like the yellow just because it's different. Honestly, let's go to Instagram real quick. Do I have to log in for this? Not now. This guy has a nice v-spec too, over in the Netherlands. Very nice, super clean Lamborghini orange R34 GTR. I mean, look at this thing. Like, look at how nice that is. Like, I've never seen a orange R34 GTR before, so that's pretty cool. The car is a 130K car because, for one, it's a UK spec car, and also it's in a rare color. So that's one of the reasons why. I mean, none of these cars are 130K cars, you guys, but they are now. They're going to be even more expensive in 2024, so start saving. That's what I'm doing. It's pretty insane. Insane. It's just part of it. Unfortunately, you know, some cars you like are pretty economical, but then some cars you like are rare and collectible and are appreciating in value by a lot. So, just got to be careful. I think I'm just going to go the Series 1 route, though. Is this the car at BR? Yeah, this is the car from BR. This showed up in a Daily Driven Exotics video. I remember seeing that. They were like, Midnight For some reason, they called it Midnight Purple 3, and I was like, what? That doesn't look like Midnight Purple 3. I appreciate the R35, but it's just not my cup of tea. I don't like the way it sounds. The looks are okay. But it's not really my cup of tea. Like, for me, I like the older generations of cars because even though they're not faster, I'm not trying to get a better car. It's just more my style, more my speed, and more the experience I'm going after. Having ridden in R35s and all that sort of stuff. AR2 Active Red. I wish they had used this color for more stuff. AR2 Active Red was a nice color. But yeah, that's Anything else we need to cover? I mean, now you guys know which car I'm kind of aiming for. I don't really care what color it comes in because it's not going to remain that color for much longer. I don't think I'm going to tell you the color, but I will tell you it's a Lamborghini color. It's a Lamborghini color. But yeah, that's all on R34 GTRs. But hey, I need to start getting ready to go to work. So take it easy, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this chat. I really need to include this view counter because we've got 18 people. 18 people VIP. Thank you for joining. Thank you. This has been fun. I will post the highlights. The highlights. That sounds questionable. I will be posting the highlights of this stream on the main channel, and the full stream will go into the members only section as per usual. We do have a couple members now, actually. Thank you for becoming a member. Member. You get access to all sorts of things. There also are some videos in there that you might want to see as a member. There's the full uncut version of the Craig Lieberman interview. So, anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Take it easy, everyone. You guys rock. I love you. Bye-bye.